We're in Ashbourne. Ashbourne, it's like another city. Well, it's actually, well, for me, Ashbourne is like, a district of Frankfurt. It's part of it, but technically, from a legal viewpoint, it's just another city. But basically, you don't see any border, only a formal one, with this yellow shields. A lot of high-tech companies sit here. The screen needs to get wiped from time to time, but don't get distracted. It's just a technical necessity. So we're slowing down a bit. It's really something special because normally you don't see much snow here. It's kind of the warmest part of Germany, They grow wine here, and grapes for wine, and they are doing wine, making it. Yeah. They're into the wine business. Okay. And it's 30 everywhere. You need to drive 30 kilometers per hour because it's the speed limit. And a tricky part of it is that they have cameras installed everywhere, so it's just not that you should observe it, but you can be fined if you don't observe it. So the chances of running over somebody that late are pretty much minuscule. This guy opening the door, it's dangerous trick he's playing on us. Germany is a very interesting country, by the way. You see here a mixture of old buildings, with this wooden beams, a Fachwerk house, as they're called, and some modern ones, which I find much better in terms of living, though some people describe them as ugly. I don't think they're ugly, they're simply modern. The quality of the apartments are modern because in terms of exterior, those older houses are genuinely more attractive, but in terms of living inside them, they are rotten to the bone, I would say. I know, and it's all in this mold. Mold is basically something which German houses are very prone to, and it's hard to get rid of it. I mean, they call it Schimmel. Schimmel. It's in German. It's mold. Yeah. So pedestrian crossings. That's fun. That's really fun. Now we are moving on a route connecting Eschborn to, I guess, to Steinbach. I think the next, or Weiskirchen. I don't remember. It's gonna be another small town. Actually, it's it's a small town. Kleinstadt, they call it in German. So it's Kleinstadt. Yeah. Here we can go a little bit faster, but we will not overspeed because it's a slippery road and still a big risk of cameras being hidden somewhere. In Germany, they have both cameras which are firmly installed, like built in somewhere, and there are also mobile cameras or radars, which they tend to move from one place to another, fishing for people who do not observe the speed limit. Okay, here theoretically you can even go at 100. If you should go at 100, I don't know, maybe we'll give it a try, but it's still 70. I don't want to because the road is really slippery. What I'm testing now, it's also a snow mode on my car. I've never used it basically for driving because I seldom experience snow, so I simply don't turn it on. Apparently it should improve the stability on the road. Let's hope. 70 once again. And yeah, it's 50. So yeah, it's Steinbach. It's Steinbach. Oh, there is a camera. Okay. What's going on here? Okay, you see a police car is driving with a stop sign. It's making that car stop. Oh, funny. Here we should be driving 30 basically. Within that time span from 22 to 6. It's obligatory that we drive 30. So Fußweg von dem Gaspedal. So it's basically sometimes it freaks me out when a car is driving behind me because of the lights. Or maybe it's police, who knows. You see, the streets are decorated, so we're more or less in a Christmas mood now. Maybe there's gonna be more in the upcoming days. They will just add something more, but I don't know. Depends on the municipality on this. I guess it's called Gemeinde, sort of. What was that? Ah, it's an indication that I'm running low on gas. That's why. Because I was shocked that it somehow. I just asked myself what was that beep sound. Actually, it's because we're running low on gas. I need to fill her up, but where? I don't know. Maybe we will do that. As a matter of fact, we will do that. But just to show you how this is done, maybe we will do it. Maybe, I don't know. So it's a roundabout. And okay, it's funny. Here we need to be careful because I don't want to be skidding. You know, the snow mode is something new. I don't know how the car will react. Maybe it just will skid a bit, but we'll see. And this small village is Steinbach, or it's Weiskirchen, I guess. Weiskirchen is literally a white church. It's part of the Oberursel. Oberursel, it's also a sort of small or a relatively small town. Maybe technically it's even a middle-sized town, I don't know. Actually, some of those small towns remind me of villages, but you can, or let's put it this way, Germans are sometimes offended if you call their village, or Dorf in German, if you call it a Dorf, a village. They prefer the term Kleinstadt, so a small town. Okay. So that was my experience back in those days. I spoke to my colleagues and they explained to me the subtleties of language use. So it's still 30. Basically, if you're driving in Germany, it's gonna be 30 all around, almost all around, because the streets are very narrow, they're old. They were not built for cars, because those houses, even if partly destroyed during the Second World War, they're still alive and kicking, and they've been renovated, but they were constructed back in 17th, 18th, 19th century, when it was the rule of the horse, and the sizes were adjusted to the size of a carriage. So, well, yeah, basically. And the cars, are, I think the cars are pretty much the same size as a carriage. Well, if it's a big BMW X7, maybe it's wider, I don't know, or Audi or some other car, but looks like yeah. You see, the traffic lights are turned off at night just to save power, or maybe because nobody needs them, because apart from some lonely people who walk their dogs, or some people who return back from work, which is also not typical for Germany because they don't work till late, there is nobody. So the streets are empty. The streets are empty. Okay, we need to stop here because the shield here say bei Rot hier halten, which means stop at this line when the traffic light is red. Okay. Yeah, so we are moving on. I don't know if we'll manage to still. Oh no. Oh no. It's too late. I'm not risking anything here because there is a camera hanging. I know it because when I did my driving license back in those days, the camera has already been there. Okay, but it's green again. Why? Because there is a sort of electric contact line, which if we run over it, or it will engage the traffic lights, and the traffic lights will turn to green. Otherwise, it might be ages till we get the right signal. Yeah, it's fun. This road goes straight down to Frankfurt, but we're making a left turn and we're going to through the city part, the district called Riedberg. It's part of Frankfurt, officially part of Frankfurt, not like a part of Frankfurt, but it's really part of Frankfurt, officially, legally, within the city boundaries. And then we will also move through the Kalbach district. It's Kalbach in German. It's my first experience of filming while I've been living in Frankfurt for more than 10 years. I guess it's I want to share my experiences with you. How it goes, because the day is really special. You don't see this that often. Snow, winter. Though even in terms of the calendar, it's officially winter, but there is no winter mood. It can be cold, relatively. If it's sub-zero, well, that doesn't come very often. I guess now it's even not sub-zero. Last night it was sub-zero. And the funny thing, as the humidity levels here in Frankfurt are relatively high, which means that if you have -2, -4 Celsius, it corresponds to -8. Well, at least what the internet tells me. So we will make a right turn, because we will not go to Kalbach now, maybe because we're low on gas, but we will make this turn here. We're making this turn and we're moving on. So we should keep our speed up to 30 here. Okay. It's because of school. I don't know, I'm recording this on my mobile phone. I don't know how long can This recorded take, I mean, it's my first experience. I guess it's gonna take. I guess the maximum is capped at 29 minutes. It's my wild guess, because I think that's the way they differentiate between different types of products, like a mobile camera installed in a mobile phone, and so to say, a full scale camera which is sold as camera. I guess it has to do with regulations, with taxation, with whatever. I remember some time ago, say 10 years ago, I had a photo camera. I still have it, but it was not filming HD, only 720, and when I was filming something, a holiday, it was giving me this time limit of 30 minutes. But look, this is Riedberg. This Riedberg is a modern part of the city. It's very modern. Okay, it's roughly 10 to 12 years old. So all the houses, all the buildings you can see here are very modern, and they're mainly owned. They're not rented. Well, they're rented out, but they are not built by companies who rent apartments out. They're mainly owned by private persons. Huh? And it's where the Frankfurt's biggest university, as Germans call it, Uni, Goethe Universität. It should not be confused with Goethe Institute. Goethe Institute, it's a sort of language school, maybe the most widely known language school for the German language. I don't know who's gonna be learning languages in the age of AI. Maybe it's gonna be like a hobby. No, it's a physics department. Physics. That's kind of scary, because previously people used to learn foreign languages, which would open them access to the world. Now this will go at no cost, but I still guess people gonna continue to learn foreign languages, because it's just fun. It's the same thing as with sports, because even now somebody using a forklift can lift, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 kilograms, maybe even a ton or 2 or 3. But people are still training their bodies, and they're athletes there. So if something gets automated away, that does not necessarily mean that people will not do it less. Actually, they will do it more, because they will have more free time. And if they choose to just, this universal basic income thing, maybe they will just, I don't know, do more, because people still need activity. People don't like to procrastinate. At least most of people don't like to procrastinate. Some of them do, and some of them do it without artificial intelligence, without any chats, be it GPT or whatever other acronym you like. They're doing nothing. But some people are still doing something. So that's a tricky part of this. New transformations. So it's a hotel. It's snow. For me, it's such a great experience of be riding on snow. Something new. I like to experience something new in my life. I really do. Some people are conservative. I also used to be conservative, but that had to do with fear. When you're afraid of something, you tend to be conservative. But when you are not afraid of something, then you are more likely to let Some internal as well as external barriers fall. It's 30. Mr. Bus will let you pass here, and it's 30. It's fun. It's hard to see which part of the road I'm driving on. It's my part or the opposite because all the lines are hidden below snow. But that's fun. I see 26 minutes. Oh, langsam. Oh, this thing is... You see, this thing is talking to me. Traffic signs are talking to me. That's good. Langsam, it means slow down. It was in red. There is a girl pointing a finger at you, and if you're driving at the appropriate speed, the designated speed for this part of the road, she will say danke, like thank you, and if it's red, then she's apparently unhappy with you, and she asks you to slow down. What we're having here, it's a line U9, which goes from the city center, actually from the so-called Südbahnhof, from the southern railway station, up to Riedberg, to IKEA. It's fun. And where is the train? I see it coming. It's U3. It's another one. You see, it's Südbahnhof, so it's to the southern railway station. We're close to the 29 minutes limit. Will something happen? I don't know. Is something happening? The red lights still? Okay. When will they disappear? We're good to go. We are good to go. Mm-hmm. Oh. And there's a tricky turn which we should make here. A tricky one, like here. Okay. There used to be 2 lanes for the cars here, but now one has been ascribed to the people driving bicycles, to the cyclists, there. That's why we have these wonderful red striped poles standing. We don't want to mess with them. Oh, I'm past the 30 minutes mark. Funny, I don't know how long it's gonna be filming more. I will push the limit a bit further, like this. Because my goal is to bring you to the river. It's not a creek, it's a river basically. It's called Nida. Weihnachtsbaum. They're selling Christmas trees. That's fun. Maybe I'm gonna have... No, I will not. I will not do it. I mean, I have a plastic Christmas tree I will not install. I will not buy a tree that has been cut, though they tend to recycle them. Actually, they burn them to produce electricity. You cannot transform the wood into something maybe more useful because the quality is not appropriate. fun. Will you look at that? It's all snow all around. Okay, it's fun. I mean, how long it will be filming? It's 32. Okay, maybe. So you see, the river is just here. We will make a turn. We'll make a turn, and here we are. The river is just behind the bushes.